Hello everyone and Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel. I am Ahmed and today we are going to learn about a very simple and easy circuit. This circuit is likely going to save your vehicles from being stolen anymore. Here is what the circuit looks like, and it has a very low component count. It's very simple to understand and also to build. So let us not wait anymore and start learning how to do this. So before building this circuit, let's try to understand what does this circuit do and how this circuit works. So how this circuit works is when a nominal car battery voltage of around 12.6 volts is applied to this circuit and this push button of the circuit is pushed short across 2 points of a relay. These are 2 points of this relay here in this circuit. So I have just extended it to these two connectors. Now these connectors are connected to my meter here, as you can see, and my meter will beep because it's in continuity mode. It will beep if there is a short. Let's try pushing the button. And as expected, the meter is beeping, showing that there is a short across these 2 points. Now let me turn off the meter and explain what's going on. So the short that we can see there is basically a RC timed circuit. This circuit will keep this 2 points shorted for not more than 1 minute. So within 60 seconds, these 2 points will cut out. They will no more be shorted. Now how can we use this in our vehicles? We can put this circuit in somewhere in between the vehicle, in some component which is essential during the startup of the vehicle but is not very important during running of the vehicle. So that even if someone has your key, if they don't press this button, those 2 points of wherever you connected to your vehicle will not be shorted or will not be connected. This will just act as an open circuit and it will not work. However, if you press this button, then what is going to happen is you have 60 seconds. Within 60 seconds you have to start your vehicle, and if you do so, your vehicle will start because these 2 pins are shorted and basically you can run current through them. However, if you run out of 60 seconds, then this whole circuit shuts down automatically so that these two are no more connected, no more shorted, so that current can't flow. Now you can put this circuit, this small circuit, inside, somewhere very inside the vehicle, and take these small, these are not small, these push buttons are not very small. However, you can find much smaller push buttons and you can hide them somewhere, and you don't need to put colorful caps on them. You can just hide them somewhere so only you know where that switch is and only you know when to press it before starting the vehicle. Now let's take a look at the schematic diagram of this circuit. So here is the schematic diagram of our circuit. As you can see, it's pretty simple and easy. Let me explain to you the circuit. When this push switch is pushed once, instantaneously this capacitor here will charge up to 12 volts. That is the supply voltage. When this charges up to 12 volts, by now you already left the switch. You just pushed the switch once, right? When this thing is completely charged, this 27 kilo ohms resistor will discharge this capacitor over a period of 60 seconds. Now, how did we choose this resistor? We have learned about RC circuits, and this is basically another RC discharging circuit. So all you have to do is, if you want to learn about RC circuits, just watch my video on RC circuits. So here, this RC circuit here will discharge over a period of 60 seconds from 12 volts to 0 volts. This 12 volts is fed to the gate of a MOSFET, in our case the IRFZ44N. So what will happen is the IRFZ44N has a gate threshold voltage from 2 volts to 4 volts. So when this capacitor discharges from 12 volts to say around 3 volts, this MOSFET will turn off. Other than that, the MOSFET stays on when this capacitor is charged up. So if it is charged up, the gate will be powered, and as you can see, the source is connected to ground, and the other side, which is the drain, connected to one end of a relay, and the other end of the relay connected to 12 volts. That's basically it. It's just that simple. And as this capacitor discharges, becomes around 3 volts, the MOSFET will turn off. Then there will be no current flow to the relay and the whole system shuts down. That's basically the whole circuit. So there will be a link in the description below for this circuit. And now, with all those said, we understand the schematic and how the circuit works, what does it do. Now let's take a look at the components of this circuit. Here is the first and the most important component, the IRFZ44N MOSFET, which is basically the head of this whole circuit. This is the IRFZ44N. We already know how the circuit works and what does it do. These are just looks at the components. This is IRFZ44N, and then we have a just generic push button. I have a larger one, as I showed you. You could get a smaller one. And then we have a 2200 microfarads 25 volts capacitor. Just any capacitor above 12 volts, which minimum you're going to get is 16 volts. That would be just fine. And then to keep the MOSFET's gate pulled down low, we need the 100 kilo ohms resistor. I didn't explain that in the circuit, but this is important to keep the gate of the transistor pulled down low. And then of course, to discharge our capacitor, we need a 27 kilo ohms resistor. So now let's do a test of our circuit. Here is our circuit, and everything is electrically wired. This light and this fan are just dummy loads. Okay, and I put a cross on the fan so that you can understand it's spinning. And here, as you can see, is our timer. And of this circuit, around 51 to 52 seconds, it shuts down. So when I press this button, these two loads will be running for 52 seconds. After 52 seconds, however, this will turn off. So I'm going to turn on the timer and the switch at the same time. Okay, ready? Let me get my hands ready. 3, 2, 1, go. So as you can see, everything is up and running. Now I have to wait for 1 whole minute. So now we are at 45 seconds and it cut off at around 45 to 46 seconds. Now there are some differences. I know it's more away from what I just told. That's because usually what happens is the capacitor value it's written 2200 microfarads. It could be a little different. Everything could be a little different, but as you saw, it's around 50 seconds, like a minute. So everything is just perfect and fine. And with that said, now you know how this circuit works, how to make this circuit. So if you enjoyed watching my video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.